Hello, my friends, Gary Goers and fellow poets. Welcome back to the shed. Welcome to tonight's live stream, which is going to be a Poets in the Shed stream because I have been so busy. I just kind of wanted to hang out tonight. I hope that's okay with you, my friends. Hello, Danny and Genevieve, who are already in the chat, and hello to all our new subscribers that side. 9,273 subscribers, so hello to all of our new subs. Yeah, we're just gonna hang out this evening. I'm gonna catch you guys up with all the fun stuff I've been doing. If you do follow me on Instagram, you may have seen. No, I refuse to do that within a minute of the stream. If you do follow me on Instagram, Adam Gary Poetry, you'll see a post this evening, potentially. Maybe you've seen it, maybe you haven't seen it yet, about just some of the stuff that I've been up to. But last night I was reading at an event. It was supporting one of the local museums in Surrey. They had a Georgian ball event and they asked our poetry group, our laureateship poetry hub in Egham, to write some poems based on the Georgian era, based on figures, by figures I don't mean like stats, I mean figures as in people, um, groups, landscape, stuff like that. So we did that last night. It was cool. We were in costume, of course. Nope. I loved it. And yeah, I just thought we'd hang out. I will read some new poems that from last night that I wrote for the event. I've got two, and I'm still working on the third. The third one is much longer. The third one is much longer. I just saw myself in the preview, in the playback. So I'm trying not to make it. What was I saying? Yeah, the two poems. I've written two poems. I did start a third one, which unfortunately I didn't have enough time to finish. So that's still a work in progress. I'm not abandoning it. I'm not giving up on it just yet. I'll keep working on it. But I'm going to read those two poems. I was also talking to Danny, and we realized that I don't think I called for the Hope poems. A couple of streams back, two streams back, the prompt for our poetry challenge was Hope. And I don't think I actually ever asked for those. What is going on? There's a spell on me. Anyway, if you haven't hit that like button yet, please do hit that like button. It's completely free. You looked rather dapper. Yeah, I couldn't get the collar thing working though. I don't think I was wearing that correctly. There was nobody there to tell me how to dress. And I don't even know how to dress myself in the modern day, let alone in the Georgian era. So I don't know if I was wearing the costume right, but it was good fun. So yeah, I'm going to read some of those poems. And we're just going to hang out. We're going to chat. We're going to... Come on! This is not good. All right. Pull yourself together, Adam. Pull yourself together. I'm just going to pull up our mod database, our moderation string card, because we do have a poem for the day, a poem for the stream. That's something we started doing. So I guess I'll do that now. As people are joining the stream, if you're just joining, don't forget to say hello in the chat. These streams only work if you are in the chat joining us and saying hello. So do say hello. And goodness me, I've got a mouth full here. Okay, so this is Cassidy Q, self-portrait as Thick Quang Dirch, I think. Thanks, Danny. Danny chose our poem for today, and I hope I pronounced that right. All right. The first time I tried to explain to my dad about martyrs, he pronounced it wrong. Martier. Like some fancy French general, the Y sliding soft from between his teeth like a dull blade. I felt like Hypatia of Alexandria. I felt like Hypatia of Alexandria, trying to lead my dumb cow to pasture. Or perhaps the library itself, a cold husk of torches and fuel. The best red cape is the one that is really a flare signal. In return for my fortitude, I am gifted history, too much of it. The black lacquer and gold engraving from the palace in Vietnam hung over a whirlpool of receipts dormant on the living room floor. Chicken feet soup simmering fat and velvet on the stove, a bell-shaped bag of bones and spit baptized with my sticky yellow fingers. What else is there to believe but what is right here? The news, the streets, the blood and slush. I watch a vigilante tear open a fallow vein, and a child disappear into indigestible ink. I click yes on the terms of service. I march and scream. I click yes. I carve prayers into foam. Yes. We were not meant to know so much about each other's dying, not so much that we are beginning to understand our sameness. I can imagine myself, almost, with my legs folded neatly on the freeway of Fifth Avenue, flesh crumpling like black orchids, burning with unflinching belief, my heart hanging low as heavy fruit, the last page left in the ashes. And a little bit. Brilliant. Thank you. I hope I pronounced that right. Self-portrait as Thick Huang. I'm gonna guess Dutch. Oh no, I don't want to do that. I'm trying to get back here. Unfortunately, how can I not blame you? It's pronounced duck. Okay, according to Google. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Um, what was I gonna say? I've forgotten already. Hello, Mitchell Malone, the champion is in the house. Hello, Mitchell. Hello, hello, hello. I've forgotten what I was gonna say now. Look at all those hearts coming in. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank you. Hi all. What was the poem Adam was reading? Hello, Delgirl. Hello, Pumpkin Lover. Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. I'm sure Danny will throw a link in the chat for you there, Pumpkin. Hi, everyone. Hi, Delgirl. Good to see you all. Good to see you all. Now, I just want to jog my memory. Can you guys remember if I asked for the Hope poems? As I said at the start of the stream, a few weeks ago, a couple of streams back, I set the prompt of Hope, and I don't remember actually asking for those poems. Can someone remind me? And by the way, if you haven't hit that like button yet, please do hit that like button. It's completely free, only takes a few seconds, but it does really help me and the channel. So, a couple of days ago, I was looking for a new series to stream because after Stranger Things, I haven't really found myself binging anything. And I've got this great new routine where at the end of the day, I lay on my sofa, Harry and I have cuddles, and we put something on. And I've been watching some really dodgy horror and sci fi B movies, which have been fun, but I needed like a series. I don't know what's happening. I swear, I sit in this seat, click stream, and then it's just a wave of yawns. I don't know what's going on. So anyway, I've been watching Angel. Did anyone ever watch Buffy and Angel back in the day, back in the 90s and the early 2000s? Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and then there was a spin-off Angel. Now, Buffy is on Prime, but you have to rent it and buy it. But Angel is included in Prime, so I've just been binging Angel, and it's brought back so many memories. The first time I heard the intro music, the credit music, oh my gosh, it all come flooding back. I wrote a quick one spontaneously when we spoke about it earlier. Seeing as nobody's saying anything in the chat, I'm going to assume that maybe we didn't do it. So I'm going to set the prompt now. The prompt now is hope. And maybe in about half an hour to 45 minutes, I'll ask for those poems in the chat if you want to take part. If you fancy writing a poem this evening, the prompt is hope. So that's the challenge. And talking about poetry, yes, I've got 2 new poems, almost 3. A third one is on the way. I just couldn't get it done in time with everything else that I was doing. So I thought I would read some poems tonight. I thought I'd read the 2 completed poems now. And then when the third one is finished, I can do that then as well. So yeah, this was the Egham Museum asked for some poems based on the Georgian period. So I did one about a historical figure called Charles James Fox, and one about the British Army. I'll start with the British Army one. So, for context, by the 18th century, the British Army was the largest single purchaser of enslaved Africans in the Caribbean. A total of 6,376 people were bought for immediate military service in the area from 1798 to 1806. And I took the title from the anthem, The British Grenadiers, and it is an acrostic poem. So down the left-hand side, it spells out purchaser. So the title is With a Toe, subtitle, There's None That Can Compare. Purchased by Crown, documented in weight and cost. Units of labour before ever being named men. Records stood in place of autonomous consent, claiming their souls for an empire not of their own. Held to attention, to drums and obedience, authority asserted for loyalty, kinship never offered. Soldiers followed the point of sale only after the ledger closed. Empire fattened by bought service, returned, if at all, as strangers to the land they served. And that is With a Toe. And then the other one I wrote was about a person, as I say, Charles James Fox. And a little bit about this poem. So it is a Pindaric ode written in heroic couplets because that was the popular poetry form at the time. And a little bit about Charles James Fox. He was a leading Whig politician whose early reputation as a fashionable rake and gambler. A rake is a term used to describe uh, uh, someone with a bad reputation, I guess. Someone who does unsavory things, maybe. I don't know. A rake and a gambler gave way to a distinguished parliamentary career. Entering Parliament in 1769, he became a prominent advocate of liberty, parliamentary reform, Catholic emancipation, and a persistent critic of royal authority, including a lifelong opposition to George III. Sorry, Charles III is who we have now. George III. He is best remembered for his principled role in advancing the abolition of the slave trade, proposing the bill that culminated in 1807. I haven't seen the weather. No, I will catch up on that in a second. Okay, so this is titled Man of the People. Indulged too far, they called the man a rake. He'd roll the dice and put it all at stake. He travelled round the globe and built his debt, procured a seat to save his family's threat. But, like a wig upon the dandy's head, the act came off, unveiled a man instead. He stood against the monarchy for reform, emancipation, and for liberty, and then proposed a bill that changed the world, though would not live to see the act unfurl. 'Gainst the current he set so many free, a man of the people, now resting proudly. And yeah, those were my two poems. Again, the third one is still pending. The third one is still being written, not quite finished yet, so I couldn't give it to the museum, and I'm not ready to share it just yet. But hope all your USA followers are safe, Adam. Have you seen the weather they're getting? Oh my God, so bad. No, I haven't. Uh, but I know that there are a few people from the States watching, so I hope you're safe, and I hope whatever the weather is right now isn't affecting you. And if it is in your area, please stay safe. USA weather. Let me see what's going on. Snow and blizzards move into US East Coast as 85. Oh, nearly 35 million under weather alerts across the US as another cyclone. Oh my goodness. Record breaking cyclone brings severe winter weather to southeast. I think we do have a few from the southeast. So if you are being affected, please stay safe. Crazy winter storms across much of the southeast. I don't even know how you deal with that. I mean, the UK get an inch or two of snow and the whole country shuts down. The images I'm seeing right now, my goodness. And other areas, but the southeast was particularly badly affected. Yeah, I just seen some photos. I just Iowa is very cold, below zero at night, but we have ducked the heavy snow. Snow lays on our ground all season long here. Iowa. Where is Iowa? I thought that was like middle of the country. Okay, so you guys have it bad up there as well. That's because the UK isn't built for snow or weather in general, really. Extraordinary weather based on the past few years. Hi, hello, Herb. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you here. Yeah, I'm just finding out what's happening. Yes, sir. Midwest farmland. Goodness. So you guys have snow there as well? Well, just stay in if you can. I know that's easier said than done. I don't know if people are still able to get to work. I don't know if people are expected to get to work. I hope that they're not expected to get to work. And if you can work remotely, great. Obviously, if you can't work remotely, I hope you're not expected to go into work. Um, because that would not be good. Is there any sign of it? Is it still happening? Hang on. Weather clearing. Is it still happening or is it moving to goodness? 190,000 are still without power. The UK is not even capable to run trains because leaves are on the track. It's Delgo isn't even joking, yeah. Pretty much. Pretty much. How was everybody's Burns night? Did anyone get up to anything after the stream finished? Lol, it's going to keep happening until April. We're used to it here. Oh my goodness. I don't even know how like you deal with that level of snow. Like I don't even know. I just had an idea, but I don't mean to trivialize anything. Then you get the US and Canadian trains, etc., plowing through feet of snow like it's nothing. Yeah. Just in case anyone's wondering what my idea was, because I'm currently being blasted by a portable heater, I would probably just like go round and maybe try and melt the snow a little bit, but I don't even know if that's feasible. Hello, Ken. I enjoyed totally guessing Robert Burns trivia. Yeah, it was fun. We did well. We did okay. I think we got 16 out of 24. Just a tipple or a dram. Nice. Most of the places it snows that much have plans for it, though depends on the area. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's see what the poem of the day is for the Poetry Foundation. I feel like we need some more poetry. And if you're just joining us, by the way, let's just put poem of the day. If you're just joining us, I can't remember ever asking for the poem on hope. So we are going to, in about 20 minutes, I'm going to be asking for poems based on hope. Oh, I know this one. All right. So the poem of the day for the Poetry Foundation is Harlem by Langston Hughes. What happens to a dream deferred? Does it dry up like a raisin in the sun, or fester like a sore and then run? Does it stink like rotten meat, or crust and sugar over like a syrupy sweet? Maybe it just sags like a heavy load, or does it explode? Are there any more? I want a really cheerful, chirpy one. Nope, nothing happened there. Audio of the day. That's cool. I didn't know they did audio of the day. I'm so proud of myself guessing Australia for one of the questions, and I got it right. I think, yes, it was Australia. I think that's the statue one, right? Yep, 16 out of 24. We did good. We did good. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Mm, I've just got the Angel theme tune going round in my head. Please tell me I'm not the only one here who watched Angel and Buffy back in the day. If you haven't seen it yet and you have Prime, it is included on Prime. Um, it is a little bit outdated in terms of special effects and maybe a little bit uh, in terms of how it was made, but that's naturally going to happen, right? It was made. Actually, I don't know when Angel started. I think Buffy started like 98. I'm not sure when Angel started. What questions are you asking today? I'm asking who has seen Angel, the show. I can't say I've seen it. You're missing out, Mitch. You're missing out. I don't know, actually. I don't know what year you were born, Mitch. It might not. Well, Angel might have been around. As I say, Buffy came out in 98, so nope. But we've been watching the new season of Bridgerton. Oh, so I look like one of them. I think that's based in the Georgian era, isn't it? Maybe not. I shock everyone constantly by the fact that I never watched either of them, despite knowing enough to get some of the references. I am out here on the hill on my own, aren't I? Angel. Oh, the show. No, my mum used to watch Charmed. Yes, I remember Charmed. I remember Charmed. I never really got into that one, but I do remember it. I watched a few episodes if it was on. Mm, 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 mm. Ding, 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 ding. But Angel's got a really nice sort of, I don't know if it's a fiddle or a violin. It's got a nice theme tune. Basically, Angel is Batman, but a vampire. He's a vampire Batman, is kind of what I'm noticing now watching it through again older. I never clocked when I was, young. I was only a boy at the time, so but yeah, he's basically a vampire Batman. I like that video that stars Michelle Gellar by Stone Temple Pilots called Sour Girl. She stars in it. That song is super good. I've not heard of that one. I'm only a little younger than you. Okay, cool. So you were around for Buffy. You just didn't watch it. Which means just that's worse, Mitch. Can't be your friend anymore. Just kidding. Hello all. Hello Tanya. Welcome to the stream. Happy Sunday. We are freezing cold here. The lake is frozen for the second time this winter. Yes, I've just heard about the crazy. Whoa! I just heard about the crazy weather. Dark Shadows. I don't know that one. I don't write poetry and I don't watch movies. What the hell am I doing here? That's. Do you read, Ken? If you read, then you belong. You belong. Um, don't watch movies. Don't write poetry. Yes, Bridgerton is around the Georgian era. Okay, cool. Just one suggestion for upcoming series here, Adam. Maybe we could discuss music and its lyrics. Maybe we could discuss music and songs and bands we like. Just a thought. Absolutely, you can do that now. Why wait? We can do that now. This is just a Poets in the Shed stream. Tonight, I really needed to just unwind and chat. So there's no sort of structure to these streams. We're just hanging out and we're just chatting. So I'm more than happy to talk about some lyrics and stuff like that. I belong because I like it. Yes, absolutely. I know of the show, Tanya. Only ever saw the movie from like a decade ago. Ken, you belong. We belong together. I don't know why my brain does that. Talking about lyrics and stuff, my brain will just present, I'll hear it in my brain. I'll read something and then songs will come up. I do believe anyone can write a poem. Start with stream of consciousness stuff. That's old. I think it came out in 96. Oh, 1966. Adam just ignoring Mitch twice. I'm 97. Mitch is 97. Yeah, so Buffy came out a year. You were one. Bro, you were one when Buffy came out. That's wild. I think Buffy came out in 98. The first season, anyway. And then what else? I'm only a little younger than you. No, I read that. I read that. Don't do it on purpose, Mitch. You know that, I swear. By the way, half of the people watching haven't hit that like button yet. So if you wouldn't mind, please do hit that like button. We got 12 people watching, but only 6 likes. Oh my goodness, Danny was 0. That's wild. I was watching Buffy before you were even born. I probably should not have been watching Buffy, to be fair. I probably was too young to be watching Buffy. Looked it up. Buffy started in 97. Wow. I was born in 92. So I was definitely watching it too young. Unless maybe I didn't. Did I watch it from the start? I I think I did. I think I watched it. Yeah, the movie came out in 92, which I have seen, but I obviously didn't watch it when I was 0. My latest obsession is Geese. Great band. Fronted by Cameron Winter. His lyrics are incredible. I also like Smashing Pumpkins and The Killer and Muse. Oh, and The National. Amazing. Oh, and The National. Amazing lyrics. I've only heard of Muse and The Killers. I've heard of Smashing Pumpkins, but I don't know if I know any of their songs. I barely belong and I hit the like button. You belong, Ken. Yes. Everyone put in the chat that Ken belongs. Oh, well, I was a fetus then. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, I was like 5 or 6. I think I was watching it around 97 or 98. I remember my neighbors who were much older than me, they were watching it and they got me into it. And I'm sure it was season 1. Bing, 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 bing. You belong, Ken. Thank you, Herb. Premiered in the UK in 98, apparently. Okay. The National is amazing. Please give them a listen. Start with their song Tropic Morning News. Also, please read the lyrics. This guy is a poet, a lyrical poet. Bob Dylan, Chimes of Freedom is amazing. One of the very best songs as poetry I have ever come across. Maybe you'll start writing, Ken. Yeah, one day hanging around all these poets might rub off on you and you might write a poem or two. I love Dylan and his son's band, Wallflowers. I love the old rock and roll. Beatles, Led Zeppelin, the Rolling Stones, nice, nice, nice. Pink Floyd, nice. Black Sabbath, nice. The Doors, nice. Nirvana, nice. The Who, nice. What a great selection. You belong, Ken. I tell you what, talking about rock and roll and stuff. So this event, this Georgian Ball event last night, it was a Georgian Ball. So they brought some like a dance company from Bath down to teach everyone how to do the Georgian minuets, I think they called it. Minuet. And I didn't take part, but I was watching and it just struck me. I suddenly understood why rock and roll blew the doors off. And by that I mean, they were sort of holding hands and taking a step and taking a step, doing, all the stuff you see in the movies, the ballroom sort of traditional dancing, doing this and that. And I suddenly was like, now I know why Elvis shaking his pelvis had such a profound effect. They were like, oh my goodness, what is this? No dancing for Adam. No, I was observing, even in his fancy clothes. I was observing in my fancy clothes, um, thinking about Elvis's pelvis, apparently. Jim Morrison, yes. One headlight, Genevieve. I love Zeppelin too, yes. And the Doors, yes. Nice, nice, nice. We got some good music taste in the chat right now. I haven't thought about the Wallflowers in forever. Lol, Elvis and his pelvis. Actually, I do try to write poems, but I can't call myself a poet because my poems are terrible. Oh, we always put ourselves down, Ken. If you've written a poem, you are a poet. Saucy. Yeah, exactly. I mean, when you think about like not even like showing ankle was what was it? It was a not scandal, that's it. Showing ankle was a scandal. So imagine Elvis, like, yeah, I fully understand why rock and roll kind of blew the doors off of everything in the 50s, and it was like, oh my goodness, those blue suede shoes. Ken, you are a poet. Absolutely. You are a poet, a poety poet. If you write, you are a poet. Indeed. Thank you, Herb. All right, I'm going to give it another 4 minutes before I start asking for poems based on hope. So if you want to take part, and you're thinking of writing a poem, now is the time to make a start because uh, in 3-4 minutes time, I'll start asking for those poems in the chat. I like Alicia Keys and Mariah Carey. Nice. I have to admit, I obviously know who they are, and I've obviously heard their music, but I don't know an Alicia Keys. Wait, did Alicia Keys do the New York Concrete Jungle thing with Jay-Z? Was that Alicia Keys? And Mariah Carey, I only know the Christmas song. In fact, I don't even know which. Is it? Oh, what's her Christmas song? Is it Santa Baby she does? My mum went to an Elvis concert at 8 months pregnant. I was born a few weeks later. Nice, nice. Lol, Tanya. Ooh la la. Very nice. You've got rock and roll in your blood, Tanya. Hey, pumpkin, I'm a bumpkin, never a poet. Well, you have a bunch of pumpkins. You have a bunch of poets disagreeing with you. My mum was a real rocker. Nice. Hello, new subscriber. We just gained a subscriber. Mariah Carey is famous for It's All I Want for Christmas. Of course it is. Now I see it. Of course it is. The song that is in Love, actually. Yeah, the song that basically pays what? I think I read something like $1 million a year just around Christmas time. That's what we need to do, guys. We need to pull together and write a Christmas song where we can live off the royalties every year. I think I read it something like $1 million a year just for that one song. And yeah, pretty sure Alicia Keys did Empire State of Mind with Jay-Z. That song is obviously iconic, but that song literally came out when I was just before my first trip to New York, or some song. Wait, isn't that the plot to some movie? I don't know what you're talking about, Genevieve. What? Empire State of Mind? There's a TV show called Empire Boardwalk Empire. Ooh, that would be awesome, Adam. Yeah, wouldn't it? I like that. We have a couple of months. Let's go. Let's go. We're going to pull together and we're going to write our own Christmas song and we're going to all live off the royalties every year. Writing a Christmas song and living off it. Yeah. Okay, it's 22. So that's Alicia Keys. Yes, that was a cool show. I never actually watched Boardwalk Empire. I really wanted to. I like the actor in it that's in all the Adam Sandler movies. I think he's a good actor. Okay, so 7:40. If you have a poem based on the prompt hope, now is the time to throw it into the chat. Throw your poems into the chat about hope. And if you haven't already, please, please, please do hit that like button. And I need to come up with a prompt for next week as well, don't I? And now I've got Rocking Around the Christmas Tree in my head. Dang it. All right. Poems on hope into the chat, please, folks. Steve, that's it. Buscemi was awesome in Empire Boardwalk. All right, I'll count that one. I think I've yawned about 20 times, something like that. We're just going to put one for now because it's only fair, right? It's only fair that I completely lie. Poem, hope. The glimmer before the dawn breaks the horizon. Nice. The glimmer before the dawn breaks the horizon. Very nice. Part one. Oh, how I hope for my friend to rest, to take the wheat, to take the weight off his feet and mind and just breathe. I pray one day he can see how beautiful life can be, how outstanding nature is right on our doorstep, and what it's truly like to see things with a soul at peace. Oh, how I hope for my friend to rest. Very nice, Danny. Hi, are you allowed to send the poems as a Google Doc link? No. If we just throw them in the chat, you can do what Danny just did. You can have a part one, part two, and to demonstrate line breaks, just put a forward slash. Oh, Tony, where's part one? I don't have a part one. Oh, yes, I do. Tony, part one. In the morning, the sky softly sings hello. The sun smiles, whispering today's hopes and dreams with sweet trills and riffs of bird song. Peace. Sunray warmth caresses my skin, making me feel like I'm on top of the world. Healed from the past, no longer an everlasting task. Nice. Thank you, Tony. I seem to lack the ability to write sincere poems for the poetry prompts, and hope feels like it deserves a serious one. No worries. Inspired by you. Oh, thank you, Danny. Thank you. I also hope rest finds me. Someone just needs to hit me over the head really, really hard so I can, like, just sleep for a little while. Part three, in harmony. Uh, in harmony with the sky, I sing along. Hang on, let me. Sunray warmth caresses my skin, making me feel like I'm on top of the world. Healed from the past, no longer an everlasting task. In harmony with the sky, I sing along a melodic tune, in key as the day unfolds. The fresh air belt wake up, revitalizing my soul. Nice. Yes, well done, everyone. I tried to write a hope poem. Nice. Let's see it, Ken. Oh, my poem is too long to fit in the chat box. Darn it. Pumpkin, I think we only have 250 characters in the chat. So feel free to just do part one, part two, like Danny and Tony have done. That can be arranged. What, hitting me over the head? That's not nice, Mitch. You're not supposed to say that. You broke my heart. I volunteers. Then I get Harry. I mean, you can rest. Wow. Can you guys believe this? Who needs enemies when you have friends like this? Part 4, sunsets beautifully painted above in the distance, reminding me of the joys tomorrow holds. Faith is knowing, hope is one day seeing beyond the darkness. Faith is knowing that gloom and despair will fade. Nice, Tanya. Very, very wise words. Got a scratchy eye right now. I tried to write a hope poem, but since I am a dope, I have no hope. Sorry, that is the best I can do. Mitch and Danny are going to take over your life, Adam. Now that is fine. Danny and Mitch, you can have my life. I give you everything. Now, I mean for you to rest you silly goose. Part 1, tiny, pretty little seed in a teacup grew, without a clue of just what next to do. It donned a bonnet of morning dew and whispered, Sun, I'm ready too. It didn't mind the dirt or gloom, or that it lacked a giant room. It found a rhythm in that fray and bloomed a yellow heart today. Hope. Very nice, Pumpkin. Sorry, I accidentally right-clicked and a load of stuff came up, so I had to... That's why I stopped. Man, my poem is going to need too many parts. We got an epic up. We got an upcoming epic here. Everything. Except Harry. Harry's coming with me. Sorry. I'm not going anywhere without Harry, but you can have all the work and the business and stuff. Not a problem. Wow. Thanks, Pumpkin. Do the parts, Resi. Not a problem. Very nice poems in this evening, by the way. Let's think of no, you said everything twice. Harry does not come under everything because Harry is above everything. Harry is a tier above everything. You've got everything. This is everything in my life. And then you've got Harry, who is deity. And deities aren't included in this. No. Ken, your poem was super good. See, you are a poet. Ah, yes. And you rhymed as well. So that makes you a poet, Ken. There's no getting out of this. Harry isn't a thing. He's everyone. No, he's deity. Deity. However you want to say it. He is here. Everything is here, but he's here. So you can have this, and I will keep this. Correct answer, but also wrong answer. Let me just review the mess I made, and I'll post it. Harry is your life, not in part of it. Thank you, Mitch. There you go. Harry is my life. You can't have my life. He's not in or part of my life. He is my life. Thanks, Mitch. I love this group. You guys are really amazing. I love you guys. You all got such, yeah, I love you guys. Big hug. Big hug from me to all of you. All right, a prompt for next week. A prompt for next week is going to be is going to be is going to be forgotten. Forgotten is the next prompt. Whispers back, you're welcome. Just don't tell Danny. Mitch, we are meant to be a team. No. Mitch and I, we're bros. We're the team. Thanks, Mitch. Oh, I love it. Forgotten is our next prompt for next week. December 24th. Third day sober. Little could I slumber. Awoken with only 3 hours of sleep within me. Didn't stop me from putting in work, though I could scarcely function. And I'm still, as of writing, talking to them kept me going for some time, like draining the gasoline out of a fuel tank and filling it. Oh my goodness, it's jumping all over the place. Where did I get to? And filling it with pure, sweet water. Night came as it always did, yet tonight was the eve of Christmas. Out of fuel. Blinkers on, steering to a halt nearby. So I grasped the sleep deprived and desiccated husk by the collar and dragged the thing to the nearby Christmas market, walked the line where I saw happy people, couples, family. I've lost it again. Where'd it go? Walked the line where I saw happy people, couples, families, friends, hands hugging pockets, devoid of emotion and expression. All I did was walk. I glanced at some of the people, and I think some of them stared back. Maybe it wasn't me they were eyeballing. For behind me, on the rain-kissed pavement of the market, which was accompanied by joy that night, adversely followed a nasty trail of shit, full of self-pity and everlasting angst. Whoever left, it must have been one miserable, ruined my new boots too. Merry Christmas, happy holidays. Didn't want to swear too much, just in case it gets flagged. Um, Thank you, Resixful, Resi. I'm going to call you Resi if that's okay. Okay. I'm just wondering if we call it a night there or if we hang out a little bit more. Should we hang out for a little bit more? Should we hang out for another 5 minutes or so? And I'm telling you guys, go and watch Angel. Only because I need people to talk to about it. Oh, nice poems this week. Yeah, really. I did leg day on Friday, and now my legs are absolutely killing me. But it's a good kind of pain. It's gym pain. We like gym pain. Let me know if you also like gym pain. I there's a cold plunge at this gym that I go to, and some days I can sit in it for 3 minutes, and some days I can sit in it for 30 seconds. I found out that the time I can only sit in it for 30 seconds is because they've probably just put a whole bag of ice in there. And the time I can sit in it for 3 minutes is, now that I think about it, always at the end of the day when it has slightly warmed up a little bit. Adam, do you mean write a poem on forgotten? Yes. So, like we just did one on hope, for next week, the prompt is forgotten. So, you've got a whole week to come up with a poem based on forgotten. Yes, hang out a bit more. All right, we'll hang out for another 5 minutes. I went back to boxing Wednesday and my shoulders were burning. Yeah, but we like that pain. Or am I just weird? It's good pain. It's the pain of improvement, the pain of building. I don't know what I'm talking about. I think I've just convinced myself to enjoy the pain. Next week is right along 2. Oh yeah. Should have been tonight now that I think about it. Yeah, next week will be right along actually. We'll still do the forgotten poem. Excuse me, but next week will be right along. Yeah, if you go to my Instagram, Adam Gary Poetry, and look at my post from today where I'm in the Georgian costume, the costume that they hired didn't come with tights. And they wanted me to get my own tights. Now, I'm not going to go out and get my own tights. So actually, what I'm wearing are really, 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 really light baby blue Gymshark socks. And they're pulled up so much that you could barely tell, you could barely see the Gymshark logo. But I do think I accidentally created a hole in them because I had to pull them up so much to meet the breeches. My knee is not good, but hopefully physio exercises restores it. I tell you what, Tony, I've had terrible knees my whole life, so I feel you on that one. The pain sucks. Fair enough. Fair enough. Give Adam a follow on Instagram. Thank you very much, Danny. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, it's pain of gains. That's it. The good kind of pain. As much as we don't love the aching that follows, the gains is defo worth it. I'm also kind of weird because I find it highly amusing that once I've sat down, like after this stream, I'm going to really struggle to get up and walk away. And I find it really funny that I'm literally like, can't even move my legs properly. Probably, yeah, that makes me really weird, I'm sure. But it is funny to me. I watched a few episodes of Angel. I liked it. Not sure why I didn't continue watching it. He, the main character, yeah, he's in Bones too. David. Excuse me. All right, I'll count that one. I'll be fair. I'll count that one. David Boreanaz, David Boreanaz, something like that. Just preparing yourself for old age. I am already there. I get backaches. I'm tired all the time. I'm antisocial. Not really. No, I am antisocial, but I'm terrible in social. Again, at the ball, I didn't dance or anything. I just stood in the corner and just watched. Like, I don't know how to talk to people. You wouldn't think. I get it. You wouldn't think. Put me in front of a camera. Put me on stage. I'm fine. I'm sure I can be a bit awkward. I am awkward, but not in the sense of like I don't know how to talk. Put me in a social setting, and I'm like, I don't know how to talk to people. Yes, David couldn't pronounce his last name or spell it. I couldn't pronounce his last name or spell it. Yeah, I'm sure it's like Borinas or something like that. Damn, I'm already old at 27, 28. Lol. I am kind of antisocial too. I feel like it's a poet thing though, right? I feel like it's just an occupational thing. Yeah, I know what you mean. Not being able to go upstairs and all that fun stuff. It's funny. Like laying on the bed, reading, and then going, oh, I'm going to go and make a coffee, and kind of getting off the bed and then not being able to stand up properly is just funny to me. But maybe that's just me trying to cope with the fact that I'm in pain. I wish I was better in social situations, actually. I know people who are amazing in social situations and they can network and just work the room perfectly fine. And I'm just anxious and shy and don't know how to start a conversation with a stranger. And I'll just sit in the corner and be as invisible as possible. But people don't believe me when I say that because obviously I don't come across that way on the channel or when I'm on stage and stuff. I am social with one or two people. After that, it's tough. I feel you. Just wait till you stretch and pull a muscle. Dang, yeah. I really desperately need to be stretching. I need to be doing stretches. I mean, you chatted to my mum and her partner at the barbecue. I did, but what you don't know is it took every ounce of energy I had. Yes, it seems so easy and simple in the mind's eye. Like, I want to go to this or that. But then my body says, oh, no, you don't. Yep, I relate. I can do all things in my mind's eye. I completely relate, pumpkin lover. Yeah, same. I remember when we first met at work. Mitch and I were I don't know how to put it, not a terrible pair at work. We were a great pair at work, but not in terms of like doing work. We kind of just talked and talked and talked. All right, I'm gonna call it a night, folks. I'm gonna excuse me. I'll count that one as well because that was a big one. I have again. I know. I'm sorry. It's almost as if I'm trying to plug my Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, I would really appreciate a follow. I'm trying to get the numbers up, but genuinely, if you have seen my latest post, you will have read the caption, hopefully, and seen how busy I've been. I've been so busy this month, but particularly the last 2 weeks. I haven't had a day off in 2 weeks, really. So yeah, I'm going to chill out, catch my breath, hopefully from Monday to Wednesday. And then I know that channel members are waiting for a new vlog. So I will get to that and we'll start working on Nerdians. And I've downloaded the Nerdians short film. So I'm going to actually put that on the next vlog for you guys, for the channel members, if you want to see my short film, which did okay. It was screened at various festivals and it won a couple of awards. It won Best Comedy at the Tokyo International Film Festival, which is cool. So that's going to be coming and I'll work on a new video. The newest video on the channel didn't do too well in terms of views. I don't know if the algorithm didn't push it out or if you guys just didn't want to watch it. But if you didn't know, if it was an algorithm issue and you didn't know, there is a new video on the channel. I think it is currently sitting around 80 views. So you might not have seen it. You might not know it's there. So do go and give it a watch. And you guys were really complimentary. Those that did watch it were really complimentary in the comments. So thank you so much for that. I really appreciated it because a lot of work did go into it. Take care, Adam and all. Thank you, Tony. Take care. Ooh, fun. Yes, I know you've been very busy. Good night, my friends. Have a blessed week. Good night, Tanya. Thank you for being here. Bye, everyone. I enjoyed all the comments and poems. Thank you, Ken. Pumpkin lover. Okay, good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Good night, pumpkin lover. Good night, everyone. All the best. My OBS, I have to do it manually because my Stream Deck isn't working at the minute because they must have. They did do an update. I installed the update and now it's not working. So I think there's a bug. So hopefully I'll have that back for next week's write along. The prompt is forgotten. Good night, poets. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your chat. I appreciate you. See you next week.
Wow.